Hey, what's going on everybody? My name's Dominic. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the classic from 1994, Pulp Fiction, directed by the legendary Quentin Tarantino. If that sounds interesting, let's hop into it. Hey, my name's Dominic. I love talking about movies, and if you love movies too, you're probably in the right place and should consider subscribing down below, as I'm going to be posting daily movie content. Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I love Quentin Tarantino as a director. Today I'm going to be giving you what I like about the film, what I don't like, and then at the very end I'm going to be giving you guys a score out of 100 and if I recommend this film or not. Now let's hop straight into the review. Now first off, we're going to go with the positives. So the script is masterfully crafted and it perfectly caters to Tarantino's unique style of filmmaking. The dialogue is obviously top-notch, just as you'd expect from a Tarantino film, and Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta have amazing chemistry, and their dialogue and banter is just unmatched in the history of cinema, in my opinion. The film is beautifully shot and it's very appealing to the eye. That's part of the reason why I think it appeals to so many people and what just keeps their eyes glued on the screen, why they can't stop watching this film. The story and the script also work hand in hand. They're kind of very smooth and they work together in harmony. It's the very unique way of writing a film, because Tarantino himself has actually said that he got inspiration for writing about like novels, because they can happen in whatever order. They can be flashbacks, they can go to the future, they can go present time, whatever. So he got inspiration from that, and now he told this story, which is out of chronological order, which kind of disorients the viewer, but in a way you can also understand what's going on, so I think it works. Finally, there are just so many memorable scenes, moments, quotes, all that kind of stuff, as to be expected from the legendary director like Tarantino. Obviously you got Jules and Vincent, the two main characters. You know, the famous Ezekiel 25:17 monologue that Jules always gives, and you know what a quarter pounder in France is called, and then quarter pounder with cheese in France, sorry. And finally the briefcase. Like, if you've seen this film, even if you haven't seen this film, you might know about the mystery of the briefcase. Technically nobody actually knows what's inside the briefcase, but it's been kind of like rumored and talked about in like certain articles online and stuff. If you're like interested in that, there's a bunch of good articles about what they think is inside. I highly recommend you check those out if you like this film. Alright, now moving on to the negatives of this film. So at times, this film can be a little bit slow, which is to be expected with a script like Tarantino's where it's super dialogue heavy. To me personally, this isn't a huge issue because I had a blast with all the amazing dialogue and banter that Tarantino's characters have, but that's just me. I can see how that could be a turn off to a lot of people who don't really like slower paced kind of dialogue heavy films, obviously. Also, there are some over the top gruesome and like violent scenes, as well as some very disturbing scenes in the film. Especially like the rescuing of Marcellus Wallace, and as well as when Vincent like accidentally shoots the guy in the back of the car. Some of those, they're pretty like graphic and violent, and again, to me personally, this wasn't a huge deal because I've seen stuff like this happen in film before. But if you don't have a good time with like extreme violence or kind of stuff like that, this could definitely be a turn off for you. But at the same time, it's not that big of a deal, like you could get over it, and it just adds to how good the film is in general. Alright, so that's it for the positives and negatives of this film, and now it's time to give you guys my score of this film. For Pulp Fiction, I'll give it a 100%. This is another film similar to Citizen Kane, which I personally think is a perfect film. There are no flaws in my opinion. It is definitely the best Tarantino film, and that's saying a lot because Tarantino is one of my favorite directors of all time, and he's come out with plenty of amazing films. And that will be it for this review. Comment down below if you've seen this film and what you think of it. If you haven't seen this film, still let me know down in the comments. And if you haven't, I highly recommend you go check this one out, as I personally think it's one of the best films ever made, and so do a lot of other people. Like, critics and audiences alike both love this film. I highly recommend you check this one out. And that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.